I'm so stoked. Welcome, this is Jim. This is my second video on monoskiing, and I'm here tonight to talk a little bit about boots. Let's go back to how I got here though. I started monoskiing about a dozen years ago, found a board on Craigslist, and now I'm at the point where I need to upgrade. And I want something new, something with a little more modern technology. And so I have purchased a Faction Outcast Le Mono from Faction Skis, and right now it's sitting in the shop in town waiting to have bindings put on. So in the meantime, I wanted to talk a little bit about the boots I selected. So I spent a good 2.5 to 3 hours yesterday at the ski shop, taking my time, trying on boots. Very fortunate to have gone to Evo of Portland. Evo was started by a gentleman who just started selling used equipment online and built that into a fully online and brick and mortar business with 5 locations on the West Coast mostly. Shop's got a great vibe, lots of knowledgeable staff, and I just had a great experience there yesterday. John was my boot fitting tech, and he spent all the time I needed to make sure I got what I wanted, which was really fantastic. The other thing I like about Evo is they are really dedicated to not just their community, but also giving back. And so right now, over this Thanksgiving Day weekend in 2020, they're running a promotion where they're matching donations from customers up to $100,000 to give to 5 charities that the goal is to get young people out on the slopes and people who might otherwise not get the opportunity to go skiing. And I know what an important part of my life skiing has been from when I was 6 and first got on skis through my teenage years, where I just found my freedom with my friends, and now with my own kids and giving them the opportunity to ski and seeing the love of ski develop with them, and it's just fantastic. So I appreciate any time a person or company is working hard to get kids out on the slopes. So I do plan to do a binding reveal, but that's going to have to wait until I get my board back. So that's going to be probably another 7 or 8 days until it's out of the shop. In the meantime, I want to talk about boots, and they've changed a lot. When I was a kid, every boot worked with every binding. That's just kind of how it worked. Well, things have changed. One of the things that's changed is a lot of the companies that used to just make skis now make boots. So K2, Atomic, Rossignol, back when I was a teen, those were just ski companies, and you bought your boots from one company and you bought your ski from someone else. Well, now a lot of those companies make both boots and skis. Solomon's another one that started out as a boot company and now makes skis. They all make great equipment, so taking your time to find the one that works for your particular foot is just crucial to having a good experience on the slopes. The other thing that's changed a lot is the technologies, and particularly competing technologies made to allow the user to walk more easily. And the 2 top technologies right now or standards, one is walk to ride and the other one is grip walk. And essentially they do the same thing. They have removable plates on the soles that allow you to walk. They're rockered, which gives you a much more natural step feeling than maybe the old boots that were just flat as could be on the bottom, and frankly made of hard plastic that slid a lot on wet floors and icy parking lots. So I'm excited to try the new grip walk. I've never used a boot with that technology or the walk to ride technology, so I'm looking forward to trying those out. One thing to know is they're not interchangeable, and they're not always backwards compatible with the old bindings and skis. And so as you're talking to your tech at your local ski shop, make sure you're asking the right questions and telling them what kind of equipment you have used or plan to continue using, so that way whatever new equipment you're buying is compatible. So that way if you have an old pair of boots you want to keep wearing occasionally, you'll have that capability. Or if you have an old set of skis that you're really hoping to use as your rock skis, you'll need to go back and use those. So but there's a lot of confusion out there about what works with what, and it's an area to spend some time on to make sure you get it right. Another thing that's changed is just flex ratings, and that's something that I know 20 years ago we didn't really have flex ratings. Flex rating, I'm sure there's a technical explanation, but simply put, it's the ability when you're in your boots to be able to bend your knees forward and flex that boot against your shin. Right now, my understanding is like 120 and 130 are really stiff boots, the kind you'd probably use in a racing situation, or some of these big mountain skiers that are just ripping off the cliffs and playing up in the areas that I don't go to, frankly. The 100 and 110 flex rating are probably moderately stiff, and then below that, as the numbers get lower, the boots will get softer and softer. I went in to our ski shop at Evo yesterday, really with the goal of, or with the hope, maybe not a goal, but the hope of one particular boot fitting, and it mimics an old boot that I had 20 years ago that was hands down my favorite boot up until this point. So I was really hopeful, and unfortunately I put it on and immediately knew that's not the boot for me, but it just wasn't gonna work. With my calf, my ankle, my foot length, I mean, all those different pieces coming together, it just was not the right boot. So I actually spent some time, again, a couple hours. I went through 5 different sets of boots to try on, and it was definitely worth the time. Take the time, take your socks, so that way you can always try the boots on with the kind of socks that you wear when you ski. And in the end, I picked up this boot, which I'm super excited about. It is the K2 Recon 100s. It's a customizable all-mountain boot. The heat moldable shell will allow me to kind of customize it to my ankle, my calf. The soft, super soft liner is going to be great. And then the 100 flex rating will also make it a very comfortable boot for me to use. It does have, as you can see from the logo here, the grip walk technology, which again just allows you to step easier as the foot sole is rockered. It's also got some rubber grip, so it's, like I said, it's not the old style boot that was just a flat piece of hard plastic. So that should make it safer to walk around in as well. It fit the moment I put it on, and then John, the tech at Evo, he tweaked it and worked with me and heated the liners and just helped me get it tuned in even better. So this was hands down out of the 5 the best boot for me, and again, strongly encourage you to take the time, try on lots of boots. Don't settle. If there's a pinch point or a spot where it just hurts, make sure you tell them, and then keep trying. Either they can punch out the boot, which means they actually stretch out the shell if you have a particular spot that it's pushing on and that hurts, but they can do a lot to make a good boot fit your foot. I'm really excited to get these out and ski on them. Unfortunately, I gotta wait till my Monoski's back in the shop, but we'll get there. Again, I was really fortunate that I found John. He spent lots of time with me, answered every question I had. At one point, he reached out to the faction rep to talk bindings and what we really need to do, how to mount, those kinds of things, which we'll get into at the next video. But he was great. And just, again, a good boot fitting will make your boots fit better. That'll make you ski better, and you'll have more fun and be more comfortable throughout the day. It's well worth the time to do it. Also remember that as you store your boots, always keep the latches done up. You really want to maintain the shape of the shell and the shape of the liner, and keeping your boots buckled will definitely help with that. That's it for now, and once I get my mono back, we'll get one more video on the binding process, and then hopefully get some time on the slopes. Until then, I hope you have lots of snowfall, and I'll see you soon.